Welcome to today's stock market news update. First up, we have insights from a well-known investor on the current bull market in the United States. A CNBC article reports that billionaire hedge fund manager Paul Tudor Jones thinks the setup is ready for a big jump in stock prices before the bull market reaches its peak. He said on CNBC's Squawk Box that all the pieces are in place for some kind of explosive end. He compared it to past events, saying, "History rhymes a lot, so I would think some version of it is going to happen again." If anything, now is so much more potentially explosive than 1999. He pointed out the strong rallies in tech stocks and risky bets happening now, plus deals in the artificial intelligence field that worry him. What sets this apart from 1999 is the US policy mix, with the Federal Reserve starting to cut rates and the country running a 6% budget deficit, unlike the surplus back then. He called this combination of fiscal and monetary policy something not seen since the early 1950s after the war. He noted that the biggest price gains in bull markets usually happen in the last 12 months before the top, so timing is key, and it could lead to quick changes that might shake up markets. Staying with US market developments in the tech space, another CNBC article shares news about a major deal in artificial intelligence chips. OpenAI and Advanced Micro Devices have agreed on a partnership where OpenAI could buy a 10% stake in the chip company. Advanced Micro Devices stock jumped 23.71% on Monday after this announcement. OpenAI plans to use 6 gigawatts of Advanced Micro Devices Instinct graphics processing units over several years and different hardware versions, starting with 1 gigawatt in the second half of 2026. OpenAI President Greg Brockman told CNBC's Squawk on the Street that this step is essential for their goals to grow and reach everyone. Deals like this in the AI sector could influence investor sentiment and tech stock movements. Shifting to the electric vehicle industry, a CNBC article highlights strong growth for a Chinese company in Europe. Chinese electric car maker BYD sold 11,271 cars in the United Kingdom last month, which is an 880% increase from the same time last year. This brings their total sales in the UK for the year to just over 35,000, making the UK their biggest market outside China. Such rapid expansion in EVs could signal shifts in global auto markets and affect related stocks. Now, turning to political and economic news from Europe that might impact broader markets, a BBC article covers turmoil in France. France is dealing with more political instability after its latest Prime Minister, Sébastien Lecornu, stepped down after only 26 days on the job. Soon after, he agreed to President Emmanuel Macron's request to create a plan for the country's stability by Wednesday evening. France's deficit hit 5.8% of its GDP in 2024, and its national debt stands at 114% of GDP, which is the third highest in the Eurozone behind Greece and Italy, amounting to almost 50,000 euros per citizen. Political changes like this in a major economy could create uncertainty that ripples into European and global financial markets. Finally, let's look at the US housing sector, which often ties into economic health. A Redfin article notes that home sellers in the United States are lowering prices at a record pace to attract cautious buyers. The average home sold in August went for nearly 4% below the asking price, the biggest discount for that month since 2019. 1 in every 6 US home sellers, or 16.7%, cut their asking price in August, up from 15.9% a year before, and it's the highest share for that month since records started in 2012. This is the highest level for any time of year except the 2 months before, when it reached 16.8% in June and 17.4% in July, though price drops usually ease from summer into August as part of the normal cycle. Trends in housing like this could reflect buyer caution and potentially signal broader economic pressures that markets watch closely. That's all for today's video. Stay tuned for more updates and don't forget to subscribe.